Let me first say congratulations to everyone that won an Emmy, everyone that was nominated for an Emmy, especially when you see how much music drops weekly. To even be nominated for Emmys is a big thing. Now, yes, obviously there's a major difference between being nominated and winning, but congratulations to everyone that's a part of the Emmys. But it's very interesting the conversations that are being had after the Emmys concluded. Seeing who won, seeing who didn't win, the whole snubs conversation, this, that, and the third. We're going to talk about the Jay-Z comments in a second. Actually, you know what? The Jay-Z comments is kind of my underlining feelings for for the Grammys. Let me first start this topic by saying that I am a person. That's obvious. But what I mean by that is I am not going to always agree with what you feel. And I don't expect you to always agree with what I feel. I'm not going to agree with he, her, him. I'm not going to. Everyone has their own opinion. And that's the beauty of society. That's the beauty of the world. You're supposed to have your own opinion. Now, your opinion can change, but you're supposed to have your own opinion. And obviously, there's a lot of opinion that comes after, an award, that comes after categories and someone winning, someone not winning. That's just that's a allure of the Grammys. That's a allure of any award show, whether that's the Grammys, the Oscars, the BET Awards, the MTV Awards. The talk after, the who got snubbed, who got this, who got that, that's always a bonus for the entity in which we're describing. And as unfortunate as it is, there's always been a disconnect between the art form of music and the artist of music and the people giving out awards. One thing that's universal, and one thing that, my moms used to say, and people back in the day used to always say is, someone's actions are always going to tell you more than their words. You know what somebody values by their actions more than their words. I can talk my way out of something, but my actions will always speak louder than my words. Congratulations to every single person that won a Grammy. I think all was deserved. But if you want to know why there has always felt like always felt like a disconnect between the Grammys and, let's say, rap and hip hop, or if you were questioning why, but you couldn't have any proof, there's been proof for years. They did not even televise pretty much any rap categories. We found out who won Rap Album of the Year 2 hours before the Grammys even aired. And it was live. The Grammys were live. And rap is, I think, the largest music genre in the United States, in the world at this point. Rap, hip hop, for people that didn't hear me correctly, hip hop and rap is the largest music group in the world. Yet and still, the quote unquote biggest night to hand out awards didn't even air the rap categories. Meaning, I didn't find out Killer Mike won Rap Album of the Year until I saw it on social media. 2 hours before the Grammy started. Jay-Z's comments, because Jay-Z won something. I apologize that I don't remember what he won, but he was awarded something, and he pretty much said the criteria, the way that the Grammys go about how they go about it has been flawed from the start. Now, again, I know music is subjective, but we know who Beyonce is. Beyonce has been nominated for the most Grammys, I think, of all time. Nominated. Yet and still, she's never won for Album of the Year. Never. Has over 30 nominations for Grammys. Has never won Album of the Year. Now, I'm not the largest Beyonce fan. I respect her craft and I respect her contributions to music. But even I think it's crazy that she has never won Album of the Year, yet she has over 30 nominations. Or the fact that, again, rap is the biggest music genre in the world. Yet and still, it wasn't even aired. It's very interesting. Now, another topic that I wanted to hit on with the Grammys is the talk about winning and losing. And I understand that artists have fan bases. And I understand that some artists feel like they got snubbed. Some artists feel like, or some artists that did win, obviously people feel like they didn't win. I want to focus on that Killer Mike Rap Album of the Year win. That wasn't televised, but we're not going to get back there. To a lesser extent, a much, much lesser extent, the conversation surrounding Killer Mike winning Rap Album of the Year is kind of the same conversation to a very lesser extent, and I'm going to explain. Kind of the same conversation that Macklemore, when Macklemore won, I think, Rap Album of the Year over Kendrick Lamar and over Drake. Again, we have to understand, like I just said, like Jay-Z said, that this whole process is flawed, right? Now, that isn't me taking away from Killer Mike, but that's me saying just because Killer Mike won doesn't mean that whatever didn't win wasn't good. And it also doesn't mean that they essentially got it wrong. They just made their decision. I think Michael, which was Killer Mike's album, was a great album. And it's very interesting, and kind of why I want to address this is how we discuss topics like this. Because I hear a lot of people saying that Utopia got snubbed. But when they build their argument, they always talk about album sales. They always talk about streams. They don't talk about the music. I personally think that Utopia should have won Rap Album of the Year because that is the rap album that I've listened to most since it came out. I just listened to it before I came in here and shot this or, recorded. I am a huge fan of Utopia. But that's me. I also really enjoyed the Michael album. When we talk about replay value, I listen to Utopia more. I'm not saying that it got snubbed because, 3 billion people. I'm not saying all that. because that kind of goes to the conversation with the Macklemore winning. Yes, you can say maybe Macklemore sold more albums or he was streamed more, but does that mean that he won or that Kendrick should have won? I think Kendrick undoubtedly had the better album. That's why I think that was a bigger snub, but that's in the same metric, you know? Killer Mike, whether you like the album or not, he won, and I'm not gonna, you know? And it kind of feels like at first it kind of felt like a legacy thing. You know how last year Nas won for King's Disease when like he has had much better albums, but they finally just gave it to him? Kind of feels like that, but Killer Mike did sweep. He swept all rap categories. And I'm saying congratulations to him. Again, I would have liked to see, you know, Travis Scott win, seeing as though he was nominated, 10 times for a Grammy and hasn't won one. But I'm not going to downgrade Killer Mike just because I feel like Utopia should have won. Michael was a great album. I just don't think it had the same replay value as Utopia. But there's a lot of people out there that don't believe that Utopia has replay value, you know, and that's them. That's cool. People that think Killer Mike should have won Rap Album of the Year, they probably think that it was, you know, they probably standing on 10 toes, just happy about it. And that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But I don't think that album of the year, rap album of the year, any album of the year should be considered. Like, I don't think sales, I don't think streams, I don't think that should be included or that should matter, let me say, when discussing the rap or any album of the year, because it takes away from how was the music. Oh man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.